Alright, so Facebook did not work. So, what's up, Duke? What's up, Rosie? Watch out. Hey, Rosie. What's up, girl? So, I'm up here on my family farm. I'll tell you all about purgatory. Here I am, getting out the things that I got to put on my family's graves. If there's even a headstone for my brother yet. This is his 3rd anniversary of him being gone. And, yeah. What's up, Duke? He's my boy. He's my Rosie. Hey. The only bad thing about this is all the ticks and chiggers. I'm glad to see the boat is still here. Mama's blazer was in the barn. Signs up everywhere says slow down, slow the hell down, we love our children. I'm like, who did they put those signs up for? Katie? She's the only one that drives like a bat out of hell up and down through here with the kids in the vehicle. John proved that in the court of law, I'm quite sure. Oh, wow. They did put him a headstone. This was Mama's favorite spot. That was Mama's old picnic table. There's Mama's Milky Way. Now, Mom and Dad was cremated. And John Parker and John Payton, my firstborn, they mixed Mama and Daddy's ashes. They put Mama and Daddy's ashes in the creek after it got big. And there's Daddy. He always liked the cherry and the butter rum lifesavers. At least they got him a good rock. That don't quite look like him. But here's some orange cream savers. His favorite flavor was orange. What I tell you, there ain't no other pain. Ain't no other pain like this. Having your whole family took from you. And you're by somebody that pretends to be close. Somebody that called me sis. Hey, Rosie. Duke gets nervous when I come up to this spot because sometimes I pass out. I think I just gotta remember to breathe and not lock my knees. I think I'm gonna sit here for a minute on my picnic table. on my land. You know what? It's not even about that. It's just that my family is gone. And it was all for the greed of what we created. I mean, you can't see through them trees because that's a hollow drain, but those fields back there, 100 acres. I told my family, if y'all stay there, they're gonna wind up killing you for that place. I kept leaving. Every time I leave, one of my family would die. Somebody explained that to me. As soon as I'm on the other side of the country. Talk about it, Duke. Talk about it, Duke. Yes, I know. You tell my girls I love them. You tell my girls I love them. I don't know you, but I like you. You're a pretty brown dog. Oh, John put a lot of energy into this dog. He knows. Look, Duke knows. Look at him. He's laying his head up on my belly. He knows. He knows. He's telling me it's okay. Tell me it's okay. I know. I know. Oh, you need a brush. You need a brush, Duke. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're so slobbery. No, I'm so hairy. I love you too, Duke. I miss John too. I miss John too. It ain't the same without our John boy, is it? No, it ain't the same without our John boy. No. So, I don't know if you could see or not, but Father's Day weekend is the weekend that both my mother and my brother passed away. John on the 18th and Mama on the 19th, but Mama was the first one to go. Because we all had to learn how to stand on our own 2 feet without Mama. She held everything together. She was our everything. And I gotta say, Dad taught us the wrong way to treat our mama. And me and John both apologized to her before she left. It's hard. It's hard. He was just a baby. He had so much ahead of him. Dad's date ain't even on the rock still. I guess we'll all probably leave it that way. I don't know what to think. Hey, Rosie. But it's Father's Day. And so here I am. Hoping I ain't getting ticks and chiggers and poison ivy. I'm gonna keep this rolling for whatever safety needs or evidence I need. I can't trust nobody around here, that's for sure. John says, "Oh, Mary, don't be so sad. You know we're with you." And I do, but it's not the same. And it don't hurt no different. The betrayals don't hurt no different. The betrayal don't hurt no different. I know, I'm a spiritual person. I've been hearing dead people all my life. I live in purgatory. What you think? You know? And I hear them loud and clear here, and to be told I'm not welcome on my own family farm or around my brother's daughters is really just, or even my kids. You know, it's just bullshit. I kind of feel like I want to stay for a little while. I need to take my shoes off. I need to connect. So you gotta connect with the earth. You gotta connect with your roots and where you're from. I miss my mama and my baby so much. All the cool places I wanted to go with him and our kids. Have family vacations together and family Christmases together. All that got taken away from me. And I'm just really upset about it. I feel like I've been robbed. Yeah, I know, dude. I know, buddy. It's okay, Rosie. I'm gonna be okay. I'm glad you guys are still here, eating shit and running rabbits, and no doubt they still killing deer. They'd be quick to go after a fawn and eat. They don't waste them, they eat. I don't know who this one is, but she's a nice dog. Might even be the neighbor's dog. The neighbor's dog. The people living in my brother's trailer's dog. For all my life, we were the only ones that ever lived up this holler. The only ones. Around the road back over that way. Can't see for the bushes and stuff, but the first barn used to sit there. At least there's a few moments left. Last time I came up here, she called the police on me. For why, I don't know. I was already leaving by the time they was halfway up the driveway. But yeah. It's like I want to have family time, but I'm afraid as soon as I turn this off, some fucked up shit's gonna happen. Which is kind of the way shit goes. I'm not willing to have undocumented stuff. Not in Kentucky. It blows my mind. They all wanted this. All the big wigs and lawyers and everybody. John didn't even so much have a tag on his toe. What my uncle's wife's brother was calling, asking me how much. And when I told them I wasn't going to sell, they all decided that they was going to make it where I didn't get to have authority over the 2/3 that Kentucky law states that I received, because it was, the probate wasn't even signed off on my dad's death yet, on his probate. John hadn't went and signed it yet. And Katie didn't even have custody of the kids. She told me she had to go get custody of the kids before she could even step into that position. Why? Because if they killed my brother, what makes you think I'm going to stay up here in this holler where everybody can come down from the sides of the hills, and there's trails for it, because they sure did it while I was here. Crazy. So 2/3 of all this is mine by Kentucky state law, and I'm a homeless heiress. Why? Because I walked away from it. Like, it'll be here if justice is ever served. I was under the impression I served a just God, but I'm starting to question that. You know? It's like, okay, I'll go build my own. My mother built this place. It was my dad's family farm, but my mother's retirement fund from her job as a 4-H agent in Louisville, Kentucky, paid for it. She took out her retirement, made the payment. Every year it was about making the farm payments and make sure the taxes was paid. We planted a bunch of walnut trees on the front line of the property to make sure that we would have money, because jobs ain't very plentiful around here, and Mom and Dad always wanted us to be able to cut a few trees and make the farm payment so it didn't sell on the courthouse steps. So yeah. I don't know how to turn the phone around for selfie mode or whatever. It's bad enough y'all hear me cry. But I guess it's time to sing the family song. Love, help me. Help me make this vibration right. Help me help purgatory. In Jesus' name. that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, oh, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Ooh, that emotion's kicking it. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we know less praise. Oh, for man and their ways. Woo! 'Cause love will lead me home. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow. The sun forbear to shine, but love who called me here below shall be forever mine. And John wants me to sing this verse. Let me catch the key a little bit. Whew. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy brings unending love and amazing grace. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy brings unending love and amazing grace. My chains are gone, My God, my Savior has ransomed me from the enemy. And like a flood, his mercy brings unending love. That's John Parker. An amazing grace. That's me. Unending love. An amazing grace. Unending love. An amazing grace. Yeah. Well. Well, that's it. And that was my childhood home. We built that home. It's the same age as John. We moved in right after he was born. We built, while we were building it, there used to be a cherry tree where that gray car sits. And there was a tornado came right up through here. And Daddy backed his little Chevy Love up with me and Mama's pregnant ass and John in it. And that was it. But them girls still need to know their Aunt Mary is still here. And she still loves them. That would have sounded a hell of a lot better if I'd have drank a beer first. I don't know what they put there. Maybe they're just gonna put a swing there. I don't know. But you see how beautiful it is. I didn't get it all on the way in. I forgot to show y'all up the holler, but I'll tell you, purgatory. This is purgatory. Look. There's the old gas well. See that yellow stick sticking up? That's the gas well. We had gas until this big ass flood. And I went off on God, said you promised, and now we have had a flood and now there's no hot water. So Mama she got up in the morning, heated the water, all that shit. Got up early. See up there's where the tobacco barn still stands. And that was my brother's house. And that's where the old homestead was. In the springtime, you can still see the daffodils and my grandma's tiger lilies, Ma Gwen's tiger lilies, right there at the spring. Looks like they finally got the fucking county people to quit spraying. Mama never would let them spray, and then they started spraying and the whole hillside started washing off. It's like, you dumbasses. I had to call 2 or 3 different times to get them to quit. Like, look, it's going to cost y'all more in the long run. Stop. Oh, it's a squirrel. Oh, this used to be the sawdust pile, and I need to stop here and sing a song for Danny. He was a black man who was murdered for, he was hung right up here in Dark Hollow. And he always used to walk with me to help get me over my fear. I could hear him walking in the woods next to me at night, getting me over the fear of the dark when I was a teenager, so I could sneak out. Yeah, it's a long, hard road out of hell, right? A long, hard road out of purgatory. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. And you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Yeah. Just call me sunshine. Everybody else does. Mama did. That was one of Mama's songs that she sang to me. So yeah. This is Little Runnix Creek. It runs along the front of our property. Whoa. Look, it's the police. I told you that bitch would call.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine except for the way you was flying up through here.
Me?
Yeah, you were flying up through there. I thought you wasn't going to stop. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm Mary Todd Gwynn. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who you are, but I guess they've called me and they don't want you back up there at that house no more.
I'm not. This happened the last time too. And that's why I got my phone on record as well. I went up there to visit my family's graves because Father's Day weekend is the weekend that both my mother and my brother died.
I understand.
I went up there to put things on their graves, talk to my family, and sing my family song on my family land. That's all. And then I left.
Do you have any right to this property at all?
I was on where Scott Daniels told me last time, because I asked.
Okay.
That is a county graveyard. It's a county road, even up to. I did not even drive up to the house.
There's an actual graveyard up there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My parents and my brother's gravestones are up there. They were all cremated, but that's where that's their graves.
Okay.
And Scott told me that by Kentucky law, I'm okay to come up to the graveyard. I have to park because it's county road all the way, even at the turnaround. I didn't even drive all the way up to the house because they've got a gravel patch out through there now where the boat's sitting. I did not go nowhere near the house or nothing.
What's the name of the graveyard?
Purgatory Hollow Cemetery, I guess. It's never been named. It was our family land and our family graveyard. Like, but Scott told me, as it's a graveyard, then I'm allowed to go into the graveyard. I'm not allowed to be on the property, which, I mean, legally I can, but...
So who owns all this property now?
Well, because...
I know Katie lives there, right? And she's been living there.
Yeah, well, the reason why is because they pretended like I wasn't anywhere around when it went to court, and 2/3... Kentucky state law states that 2/3 of the property goes to the sibling and the other third goes to the children.
Is that what the court said?
No, because I wasn't informed of a court date. They pretended like I wasn't there. Miss Kathy Capps even wrote into the paperwork that she thought that I should have been there and I should have been notified. But Katie, I had just talked to her like the day before and told her to go to do the probate thing, and that I would support her at the time, and then she wound up like doing the whole nine. My brother was terrified. The year before that, the summer before that, I had come up here and stayed the whole summer with my daddy, taking care of him while he was dying, and she didn't do nothing but cause trouble. I'm the one that got her moved out, helped her move out, and all this while my poor daddy was dying. Got her moved out, and I did not leave Cumberland County until I went to court with both of them and made sure they had that restraining order against each other, my brother and Katie.
Okay.
And that way I thought, well, he'll at least be somewhat safe. And now he's dead.
So you wasn't
And now
on,
she's sitting on my farm. No,
so
sir.
you wasn't on the private property or nothing like that?
No, sir. Because they said you got like 8 feet out from the side of a county road. It's still county right of way. And that's where Scott told me to park. That's exactly where I parked. There's even like a little gravel pad out through there to where it was,
Okay.
I was able to do that. But I never, I mean, that's what I was told.
I just got asked to come out here. I mean, just don't be on none of the private property of theirs or whatever she has. You could be subject to being charged if you are, okay?
I would love to go to court with that bitch. She killed my
That's
brother.
not what we want to do, okay?
Yeah, I know. But no, all I did was come to do this. I live in Asheville, North Carolina. I drove 5.5 hours just to observe my family one time a year when I can observe all of them together.
So are you going back to Asheville right now is what you're doing? Or?
Oh yeah, I'm going to stop down here and talk to Hippie Bill for a minute, and then I'm going to head on out. That's what I normally do. I came in for my son's graduation, and I came in for the graduation, hugged my babies, and left out and went and clocked in the next morning and opened my store. So,
Okay. Well, I'll leave you be, Mary Todd. I'll just be careful traveling, okay?
all right, thank you. I told you that bitch would call law. She's scared to death of me. You know why? Because they killed her. They killed John. John used to run up and down this creek. That's our front field. He used to run up and down this creek looking for John Hartley's footprints. But I'm gonna leave him out of it. I ain't playing with these people. I ain't playing with them at all. Kay Williams, Deputy Kay Williams. Who the heck's kid is that? Is that Doug Williams' kid? I don't even know. See? But watch. I'll put this on the video. I'll put it on YouTube. People gonna know what she's doing and how she is. This is my story, and I'm gonna tell it. It'll suck you in, suck you under. Don't go pulling in that either. I don't know how in the world. Well, they barely missed it. Breaking John's trailer up through there. And just for good measure, can you see the sign? Does it say Purgatory? Oh me. No trespassing. I'm guessing Bill don't live here no more. Let's see if Bill's staying here. If not, we'll check and see where he's at. This used to be Grandma Wilma's house. It burnt.